Hi there. Most people use AI in a very, very wrong way, and it leads to frustration. And most of the time, it has nothing to do with the tool. Most of the time, people use AI in two extreme ways. One of them being, oh, it's just a dumb tool. So I will have to tell everything. I will have to instruct it in very precise, understandable, micromanaging ways down to the tiniest detail. And not surprisingly, in these cases, AI will give either very, very dry and limited answers or almost nothing in terms of collaboration or improvement or moving forward in any process whatsoever. The other extreme is when people think AI is some sort of a mind reader. And so I can throw a wish at it and it will give magic back to me. And so they are very vague and foggy and blurry and understructured, the least to say. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you the right way. Even more, I would like you to leave after this video with an attitude, with an approach that can be the absolute base, the foundation of everything else that comes in your AI journey. Let it be learning, working together, improving, whatever it is. So, what I thought is to show you a couple of bad examples first. And for that, I would like you to see, by the way, this is an incognito or a private window, which I opened now. I'm not even logged in, as you can see. So this is fresh. This is naked. This is absolutely raw. We have never met. I mean, this AI and Gabor have never met before. Because I would like to show you what happens when somebody tries to choke AI with extreme amount of micromanaging. Let's say we want to work with client intake. So I want the AI to help me create anything that will help me with my client intake. And if I am an over-managing person, if I am an over-controller, then this is what I will give it. I will not bore you to death watching me typing, so we will come back after the cut. Okay, so this is what I came up with from the top of my head and from quite a number of experiences working with people for almost 3 decades now. And let's just clear something before we move on. Over-managing or over-controlling, micromanaging has absolutely nothing to do with being precise or clear. Not even in the same universe. Because when you're precise, you say what you want, it's clear, the other person understands, everybody can move on. This has nothing to do with it. Listen, create a client questionnaire of 12 questions, each of them 15 words long, professional tone, but not too professional, none of them yes, no questions, except one. Don't be emotional, just at some places, be precise everywhere. I really don't want to judge anyone for their communication style, and the content of your message will quite determine how much you are understandable and how little you are understandable. But let alone, let's see what our AI can work out from this. So I sent it. Yeah, it needs a little time, and I'm not surprised about that, because all these limiting and restrictions and choking around. Okay, and it comes up with this here. Okay, I'm going to be random. Let's say number 3. How does your current process operate, and where do inefficiencies or delays typically occur today? We are talking about client intake, okay? So we are going to, sorry for laughing. So this is supposed to invite somebody, a person, a human. Number 7, how do you define success for this engagement, and which metrics will you track consistently? Let me be clear on this one, okay? This is an absolutely great and precise answer to this question here. It answers it. I can bet you, if we started counting any of the questions, they would be 15 words. Because that's what I asked for. That's what I get. Input, output. That's what I asked for, that's what I get. Always keep this in mind when working with AI, okay? Especially if you choke it again and again and again. If you choke it, if you limit it too much, it will be limited. It will give limited answers. It will give dry, non-human, artificial answers, machine flavor answers. And this is what happens when you over manage. Now let me show you the other extreme. The other extreme, to my mind, is when somebody doesn't clear what they actually want and need themselves before starting communicating with AI. And I meet this lots of times. My students, my colleagues, well, other solopreneurs, just like myself. But yes, so let's go with this. And I am not joking. Help me get more clients. And people write this in, hit enter, and wait for the magic. Don't be like this. But let's just see what AI can work out from this. Okay, isn't doing everything. It's about doing a few things consistently and well. Here is a focused, practical approach you can actually... It's quite good, by the way. Clarify your offer. And it comes up with extremely good advice, by the way, and I mean it. These are very good recommendations, very good suggestions. Pick 1 or 2 acquisition channels. Great. Do targeted outreach. Good. Use proof. This builds trust fast. True. Create simple content. Consistency is more important than perfection. All of these are valid. All of them. It's good advice. And it doesn't really direct anywhere. It doesn't really lead anywhere. All of these are good. All of these are good advice. And again, it answered what I asked for. Okay? If you treat AI as a slave, it will be like a slave. If you treat it like a wonder maker, a miracle maker, it will not make miracles, of course, but it will try its best to give you what it things you need. And that's it. And now, let me show you something. And this has nothing to do with being in the middle. No, this has to do with the user, Gabor. Gabor knows Gabor wants more clients. Gabor knows Gabor wants to put together a document in whatever format it needs to be in at the end. And Gabor doesn't know where to start. So Gabor starts thinking, okay, so who am I? What sort of service am I offering? This is important. I will let you know in a minute why this is so important. This is important because, just think about it, you cannot outsource your thinking. You just can't. No. But you can expand it. Huge difference. Okay? So, I know what I want. I think about, okay, who am I asking? What is the position, what is the profession that can help me the most in this given task? I think it's an online marketeer. Okay, let's tell it to him. So I'm telling the AI, you are an online marketing expert. It is very important. Now it knows how to approach anything I'm going to ask. It is not going to be artistic. If I wanted it to be, I ask it to be an arts manager or an artist or an author or a painter or an arts history teacher, whatever. Now I'm asking it to be an online marketing expert. It is very useful to tell it who I am. Okay, I think this is enough to give a direction. Now that I'm telling it, I like asking. After, if the answer is good, then I like saying thank you. This is just me. You don't have to do this. And when you stop, please stop. Okay? Don't be angry at yourself. Don't be angry with yourself. Don't be frustrated just because things don't go consistently without stopping. Sometimes you have to stop. It's okay. Just stop. Give yourself a minute. Please create a 12-question questionnaire I usually talk to it. That's why it's very to type, but I have to type because I'm not logged in and it's the free version. Please create a 12-question questionnaire to acquire more clients into my practice. Oh yeah, the tone. Make the questions, and this is important. We can start from here. I meet lots of people who can communicate clearly, who can phrase things very, very neatly, and they fall into the trap, because it's a trap, they fall into the trap of perfectionism. By the way, this has nothing to do with it, but they fall into the trap of, okay, now I'm telling it who they are, how old they should be, and so on, so on. So, no. We introduced each other to each other for this task, for this conversation. So I hit enter, and we see what we will have. I already like it. I'm not joking around. Okay, number 3. What kind of support have you tried before and what felt helpful or unhelpful about it? Good. Number 7. What kind of support or communication style helps you feel most comfortable and understood? I love it. It asks the client about the client. This is good. So it supports self-reflection. We already understand each other. And I think this is because of this. And because of this. Because I told it, this is the field I am working in. The people whom I usually meet, trauma survivors, I told it to be empathetic and supportive, and it keeps itself to it. Great. Number 11. What concerns or hesitations do you have about starting or continuing a mental health support journey? These questions are good. They make the client self-reflect, think about themselves, mirror what happened to them. They start thinking about what they actually need. And this is what I want from a 12-question questionnaire. I like it already, to be honest. And whatever I need to change about it, I can. For example, I say, 12 is too many, let's just have 9. So I will ask the AI, which one would you evaluate as an online marketing expert? And now that we are in the second round, I will tell it, as an online marketing expert working in the field of therapy and coaching for trauma survivors, it will even narrow it down, narrow it even narrower, even more focused, even more concentrated. So it will give me even more precise answers, even more fitting answers to the process we are in. Okay. There are a couple of things I still want to tell you. By the way, this channel is about this. You can see me build things with AI, and you can see me make mistakes. A couple of things. Oh yes, this is a good one. I was talking to one of my students the other day, and she asked me, so how can I reevaluate my question? So if I see the answer is a piece of shit, then and my first idea is, okay, AI is stupid. I'm not going to go into this, but first things first, let's just have your answer, sorry, your question. Let's just have your question and reread it to yourself honestly, imagining somebody dropped a piece of paper with this written on it, without any context whatsoever. Okay? A stranger gave you a piece of paper with, help me get more clients. How would you react? What would you say? Where would you start going? Where would you look? What direction would you start? Okay? It's great. I have been using this method, if it is this move, really, this step, for quite a long time now. Actually, I think I started using this attitude since I started using AI. And it helps a lot in clearing my own thinking while communicating with another intelligence. And so again, imagine you getting this message, this instruction. How would you react, and how could you react if you could at all? Okay, this is for this one. And if this was helpful, please like, subscribe, follow, and we will meet in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.